Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be testing something brand new to me. I have the I have the Revolution Pro. There's no Makeup Revolution anymore. It's just Revolution. And this is a different brand to Revolution itself. It will be on its own separate stand in like Superdrug and stuff. So these are the foundation drops. I am going to do a full face test in the new Revolution Pro line because they release practically everything for a full face, but I haven't received every single product to do like a full face yet, like their camouflage concealer or their camouflage foundation, which I really want to try. But I have received these foundations, so I thought I'd test these out for you. Because there's two foundations, I can't test them in the same video, so I thought I might as well do this in a separate video. So what I'm gonna do first is go through and like swatch So what I'm going to do first is swatch F12 to F18 on my face. They do of course have other shades. They have 18 shades altogether. However, I don't feel like swatching, you know, 1, 2, 3 and 4 is going to like help on my skin tone because it's all going to look white on me basically. So I'm starting from F12 all the way up to F18 so you can kind of get a gauge of undertone and, you know, how it looks on my skin tone. So these retail for £7. I'm going to go onto the website now so I can read you what they claim about this foundation. So it says, create a silky breathable base with Revolution Pro foundation drops in 18 skin true shades. This ultra lightweight water-based formula creates a undetectable finish on all skin tones. Use a few drops for a sheer wash of color or layer up to build natural looking medium coverage. Okay, so it seems like this is not, you know, high full coverage type of foundation, and that already loses a point for me because I'm all about covering. You know, if I'm gonna put makeup on, which I don't do every day, I want it to cover. I'm really not the natural type of foundation type of girl. I would rather just go out with nothing rather than, you know, wasting my time to sit down and put a natural look on. That's just the way I feel. Don't come for me. And also they do have 4 foundation mixers. So they have like a orange, they have a illuminating mixer, which are both £7 as well. But then the lightening and darkening drops are £6 each. So they're £1 cheaper for some reason, even though they come in the same bottle and they're practically like, maybe they're not as pigmented. I don't know, but yeah, these are £6. And the darkening shade kind of looks, yeah, it's a little bit lighter than F18, so yeah. So I hope that covers all of like the specs of the product. Now let's go ahead and unwrap these so we can get swatching. Okay, so they are unwrapped. I'm just going to begin swatching. The only thing I have noticed are they are glass bottles. Now, because it is called Revolution Pro, I'm assuming these are for pro makeup artists to kind of put in their kit and stuff. Of course, you can buy it if you are a normal consumer, but I guess the line was kind of developed for pro makeup artists. And I have done the whole freelance makeup artist thing, traveling to people's houses and stuff, and I don't know how practical a glass bottle will be because say this is all in your kit, you know, one big kabam, and next thing you know your foundations are smashed everywhere. So I don't know how I feel about that, unless they're like hard to break glasses, but glass is glass in my opinion. Anyways, enough rambling, let's go ahead and get this swatching on. So they come in the dropper form, kind of similar to the liquid illuminators that they do. So I'm just gonna do F12 here. So that is what F12 looks like. Now F13 is my shade in the concealer as well as the foundation stick. So let's see what F13 looks like. Yeah, that one's looking like my shade, even though it has like this orange undertone. I wish it had more of like a golden olivey undertone. Next we have F14. And that is what F14 looks like. Next we have F15. And that is what F15 looks like. Gonna move on to this side now. We have F16. So definitely more of a reddish undertone. And these two are more of a cooler undertone. Then we have F17. So it's back to a cooler undertone. And then last but not least, we have F18. Okay, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now based on swatches, they don't seem to be the most sheer foundation, but of course maybe once you've like worked it into your face it shears out. So I'm just gonna wipe these off and I'm gonna go for F13, even though compared to my skin tone I feel like I'm quite a neutral undertone, like a neutral golden. I'm definitely not a warm orange undertone, but that is the closest I have, so I'm gonna go for F13. So for primer today, I'm going to go in with the George Matte Primer. I didn't get to use this in my testing as the makeup, so I thought I'd use it today. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my T-zone. It's quite a creamy formula. Okay, so we are primed and ready to go. So let's just go ahead and drop this foundation straight onto our face. I'm nervous. I do like the NYX foundation drop, so hopefully these will do kind of the same thing. I don't know how much to put. I don't know. I'm putting quite a lot because they did say it was a natural sheer medium, whatever they called it. Okay, we're gonna start with that much and see how we go. I always apply my foundation with a brush. You know, I do go through phases where I use a sponge, but lately it's always been a brush. So I'm just gonna take my Morphe E31 brush and start dabbing this in. Oh! Of course, now I have to open the door like this. Ugh. The DHL man gave me a little chuckle. He was like, why do they do that? Okay, so first things first, it's very orange, but the coverage seems to be there. Like, you can't see my scars anymore, but it's so orange. Like, compared to my neck, we orange, girl. Okay, let's blend this in. I don't know if it dries down. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's so orange. Girl, the coverage is there. I mean, wow. Why did they call it sheer? Unless I just put on a crap load of it and that's why I've got full coverage. I don't feel like the shade is right at all. Maybe I should take a drop of F12. Okay, so I'm gonna take a drop of F12 because I feel like I look like an orange right now. So I'm just gonna drop a little bit of that. I don't wanna use the lightening drops because they're practically white. So I feel like taking F12 will help me a little bit. I mean, it blends out easy. It definitely blends in beautifully. I love the coverage. I mean, I can't see any of my scars, and I did not conceal before foundation, which is what I usually do. I'm gonna carry it down my neck to try hide the fact that this is orange. Okay guys, I am really, really happy with that coverage. I mean, it's covered everything. Like even my beauty mark is barely visible. I mean, the shade could definitely use some work. I feel like it's way too orange for me personally, and there's just nothing else in between that I can use. F12 is too light, F14 is too dark, so F13 is the only thing I'm left with, and it's really orange. Let me put foundation here because I look a bit cray cray. Okay, so first impression guys, I love the coverage. The finish is definitely not too dewy. It hasn't dried down yet, but it's definitely like a semi-matte so far. I'm hoping it dry. It didn't mention the finish actually. It says creates a undetectable finish on all skin tones. So it doesn't say if it's a matte finish, dewy finish. I guess you kind of have to just find it out yourself. But so far I'm finding that it's a really nice skin finish. It's not too dewy, it's not matte. It gives your skin a nice kind of glow, but not too much glow, like an oil grease thingamajig. I am actually so pleasantly surprised right now. I was a bit iffy after the foundation stick because that was super, super dewy, and like it turned into an oil slick for me because I do have oily skin. So yeah, I'm gonna go off camera, do my eyebrows, maybe put some eyeshadow on, and then I'll come back so we can do concealer and powder. And I'm thinking to do a wear test throughout the day because it's still pretty early. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I will come back later as well to give you guys an update on how the foundation is holding up. But so far, initial impressions, I'm really happy. I just wanted to quickly show you how it looks close up on my skin before I go off to do the rest of my face. So as you can see, it's got a beautiful kind of skin-like finish. It's a little bit dewy. It does have a little bit of glow. to it, but it's nothing crazy. It definitely has a believable skin-like finish, and you could definitely go in with less, I believe, less than I used, because I wasn't too sure on, you know, the coverage and how much I would need. But I am loving this coverage and finish. It looks beautiful in real life. I'm not sure how it's coming across on camera, but in real life it looks flawless. Don't you hate when your eyes start watering and your eyeliner just transfers onto your eyeshadow? I mean, what did I do to deserve this? Okay guys, and we're back. So eyeshadow and eyebrows are on. Now I'm gonna move on to concealer. So I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C12, and I'm just gonna put that underneath my eyes. I absolutely love this concealer. Don't need to tell you guys again. Oh, I forgot to tell you how I'm feeling about the foundation after doing my eyebrows and my eyeshadow. So the foundation doesn't dry down 100% matte, which I mean is fine. It has kept its kind of skin-like finish. It hasn't gotten more oily or more dewy than how I started. So I definitely think it has a natural skin-like finish. Oh my god, whose video was I watching? I was watching someone's video. Oh, the patrons. I was watching Adiola's video. She was doing her makeup, yeah, and she bought a sponge from Superdrug, B Makeup. Oh my god, it was so funny. Because the sponge was hard, she was like, okay guys, so now I'm just gonna take my boxing gloves and I'm just gonna, you know, box my face. I died laughing, I swear. So now I'm just going to take my Sacha Buttercup Light Powder, take some of that and set underneath my eyes. And I say this all the time, I am oily skinned, so I do put quite a lot of powder because it holds my face together, girl, okay? I'm also going to do a little bit of reverse contouring, just a little bit, not too much powder. Now taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in dark, I'm just going to press this onto the place that I did not set. Foundation's looking flawless so far, guys. Like, all the products are blending perfectly on top of it. Like, it's still got its coverage. I like it. Now bronzer and contour, same stuff as always. Makeup Rev Pro Contour Powder Kit in medium dark. I'm just going to take this shade. And then everybody say it with me if you've watched my video before. Sunkissed Giant Bronzer in the shade medium. I'm just gonna bronze with that. By the way, if you are wondering what is on my eyes today, I'm using the Primark Amber palette. I am doing a separate review video, so I'm currently filming 2 videos at once. Tell me another YouTuber who can do that. There's probably tons. Okay, then the last step, which I take with every single one of my foundations, is to set with MAC Fix Plus. Okay, so can I just say, I love this foundation. I mean, look how flawless it looks, guys. You can't see any of my scars. And today is the first day that I didn't use any concealer or like color correction on my scars, and they are completely covered. I don't know why they've listed it as, you know, sheer or medium coverage. It is definitely very full coverage, or maybe I used a lot, so maybe that's why it's full coverage. But you can definitely build it up to full coverage, because in my opinion, this is full coverage. You guys saw how I started. I have quite a lot of scarring on my skin, but I can like barely see a shadow of it. Like here you can see a little shadow of it, but if I went in with the concealer C13, which I usually do underneath my foundation, you wouldn't be able to see any of it. But I wanted to use the foundation by itself today so you guys could see like the true coverage, whether it's sheer, medium, full. I would definitely call this full coverage, and it is beautiful. The finish is beautiful. My skin looks flawless. It looks very skin-like. It's not cakey at all. The concealer worked well with it. The powder worked well with it. Everything just looks really nice and flawless today. I think I'm going to highlight my nose quickly. So I will come back later and give you guys an update of how it is, you know, sitting on my skin, whether it gets oily, whether it breaks up, you know, whether it fades. We'll come back and of course judge that together. So enjoy your day, guys. I'm going to go pick up my food shopping now from Asda. So I will catch you guys later.
3 hours later.
Okay guys, and I'm back. So it is now 10 to 4, so 3:50 in the afternoon. I've just come come back from getting twins and I thought I'd give you guys a mini update. I think I'm going to do one more later on tonight. But yeah, this is what the foundation is looking like so far. Also, we've had a little outfit change because I was doing a Boohoo try on haul. So of course this bodysuit is from Boohoo. But yeah, so this is what my face is looking like after I put this foundation on at 11, but I finished up with you guys at 12. So like finished my... That literally scared me. It was Siri. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I finished up like concealer, powder and everything like that at 12 o'clock. But I did initially put this on at 11 in the morning. So it is now 4. So it's been about like 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And this is what it's looking like. I haven't touched up at all. I haven't even touched my face. Usually I can feel myself getting oily. So I just dab like with the back of my hands and take some of the oil down. But I haven't done that today because of course I want you guys to see the true finish of the foundation. So of course my oily zones are getting oily. I mean, they do what they does, okay? Even though I use the George mattifying primer, I can still see my oily like sections on my cheek, my nose, my forehead here. But I must admit it's not too bad. I definitely, if I saw this in the mirror, I would definitely blot or like add a little bit of powder, but it's not bad. It's not too bad. It's just got a nice kind of sheen to it. It's not looking overly greasy right now, but I definitely would powder if I saw this in the mirror, like I said. But as for the actual foundation, the coverage is still there. I mean, nothing has faded, nothing has separated. Let me get a good look at this. Yeah guys, it looks really flawless. It looks exactly the same as when I first put it on, just a tiny bit more oily. So I'm going to take a dab of powder, just the smallest dab of the Sacha Buttercup powder, or should I leave it? I feel like normally I would blot anyway throughout the day. If I leave it, that's not a true representation of how I actually wear my makeup. I always touch up with powder because I'm an oily skin girl, what can I say? So I'm just going to take the smallest dab of powder, like this much, and then I'm just gonna press it onto my cheek area. I mean, if this foundation starts separating now that I've powdered, then there's a problem. I feel like that already has helped so much. I look exactly the same as when I first started my makeup. This foundation is definitely so much better than the foundation stick, in my opinion. It's more suited for oily skin. If you are oily like me, after 4 hours, you still look the same, girl. And for £7, I am definitely impressed with how it's held up so far. So of course, I'm gonna go away again and I will come back later and give you guys another final update.
6 hours later.
Okay guys, so I'm back. It is now 9:20 in the evening. I am exhausted. I am going to bed. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I'm just ready to rip these lashes off, take this makeup off and go to bed. So yeah, overall this foundation has definitely remained very flawless. It is very dewy now because it has been what, 10 hours? So after 10 hours of wear, oh my god, I've just realized I'm in my dressing gown. So yeah, after 10 hours of wear, it is still holding up on my face. I mean, all of my scars are still covered. You can see obviously my pores because my oil has come through and the foundation is kind of reaching its peak. But I really want to try touch up one more time just to see what happens. So I'm taking my Sacha Buttercup powder one last time and I'm just gonna dab that onto my oily areas and we can see if this foundation can be saved. Okay, so after patting it down, it doesn't look as great as when I first put it on, of course. But for 10 hours of wear, it definitely still looks flawless. I mean, I would definitely still wear this out. It hasn't separated at all. It doesn't look cakey. It has settled into fine lines, just a tiny bit like underneath my eyes and like around my nose, but that's typical for foundation. So yeah, for £7 guys, I definitely recommend this foundation and I will definitely be using it more. I really like the finish of it. I really like the coverage of it. So I can definitely see this becoming my everyday foundation. Highly recommend. It gets a big thumbs up from me. £7 from revolutionbeauty.com and I believe it will be in Superdrug stores as well. Hopefully Revolution Pro will be coming to the USA. I don't know actually, I haven't heard any confirmation. So yeah guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead, give it a thumbs up and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Good night. Goodbye. Oh god.